What's up, Skinny Gainers? We are at the Rukkus Room's recording studios in Berry Hill, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. We're at a recording studio right now that is owned by Jamie Tate, and he's going to give us a little bit of a tour about what he does here. He's recorded with some of the biggest names in country music and music in general, so he's going to give us a quick tour about what goes on at the studio. Here we go.
Hey, about time you got here. Come on in. We have the microphones warmed up for you. I made him sound good. I made him sound good. I made him sound good.
And this is where the magic happens.
This is my playground. Stuff comes at us and we make it sound better on this thing. That's how it works. Magic happens. I even have the little magic wand. You know, this is how you get to be a country star. This is what we use.
This is a beast.
This is a beast.
This is a beast.
This is my better half.
Some people have laptops. You have a beast.
Yeah.
This is a machine.
I tell you what, it's hard to carry this into a coffee shop with me when I'm working. Anyway, so we have Pro Tools. We have all the plugins to make people sound good, auto-tune and stuff, everything else. All this other stuff to make people sound good. And then we have all the toys that is much needed during long sessions so you don't get bored.
Speaking of people who you make sound good, what are some of the names that you could just throw into the ether?
Do I have to have made them sound good, or can it just be that they were here?
They were here.
Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Jack Ingram, Taylor Swift, Michael Bolton, Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw, Maddie and Tay. I don't know, everybody. It's a small town. We get to record with everybody.
Wild.
Jonny Cash. We get to record everybody.
Yeah.
Not him anymore because he's no longer available to us. But anyway, and then there's a bunch of new artists now who are probably going to be on the charts next year that people will know. But you know, if I say their names now, you'd be like, who? Joe Schmo? But you know, that's what we do. So I'm usually on the ground floor while they're working to make their hit song, and you know, before the public hears it.
Yeah, very cool. I guess you want to show me around the
yeah, the other room.
The other rooms.
Let me grab my glasses. This is the studio. Grown men and women come in and record music for a living, which is just bizarre. But here we are. I've been doing it 30 years. I'm one of the very lucky ones who can do this. But this is the studio. Drums, when we do vocals, it's here. Bass player sits there. Guitarist there. The guitar amps go in there, in that room. A piano, all of it's isolated so the drums don't leak into the microphone.
What's with this piano?
Oh, I got this at Salvation Army for $100, and it sounds beautifully out of tune. And I use that. That's been on a bunch of records you've heard. You just didn't know. It's got the, you know, the honky-tonk barroom kind of sound. Whereas that one is a full, you know, it's a Yamaha Baby Grand, and it sounds like a really beautiful piano. This one I bought for $100. It sounds like crap. Intentionally so. Remember Rolf from the Muppets? That's a piano he would play. I don't know. Is that a reference too old? Look it up, kids.
I'll put a clip in for the youngins.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
For the youngins, look them up. The ceiling is poured concrete, several feet. The floor is several feet of poured concrete. This is a building that's separate from that, which is a building that's separate from the rest of the building. So there's 3 buildings in this one location, and we do that for sound isolation purposes. Actually,
well, the door is like, that's really thick.
it's 2.5.
Like, this is one
solid
door. This is like 3 doors.
These aren't solid core, they are solid wood doors. You know, so we glued them together. Well, I didn't. This was done when I was just a wee little lad. But those doors have been hanging there forever. And they block out, sorry to get technical science content here, they block out about 60 dB, which is amazing. But when you shut this door and shut that door, and there's a drummer here, I can't hear him in there, which is, how is that possible? It's just glass. But anyway, we've had a lot of big stars. Sheryl Crow, right? She stood there. Taylor, she stood there. Blah, blah. More name droppings. These are microphones. Let me show you this one. This is a Neumann U47. This was built in 1954. I traced the serial number. Capitol Records in Hollywood bought this, purchased it. I bought it 20 years ago. So like Frank and Brian Wilson and Nat King Cole, they all probably sang through this. I bought it for $7,000 and now they're selling for 30 to 50. So All we're doing is we're trying to improve upon silence. Sometimes we don't succeed, other times we do.
That's fair
Right?
enough.
We used to do a lot of mixes and stuff, and then they left, and then I had a mastering studio come in, so they had their lathe right here and a bunch of gear, and they were mastering like Kanye West and Greta Van Fleet records and stuff like that. When A Star Is Born came out, we heard it about 6 months before it came out because we cut the record here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but imagine a lathe right there where you cut the lacquer so they could press the vinyl. But anyway, it's a writer's room now, and then I'll show you one other one. So they do audiobooks in here. There's a nice little chair out there where they can, they come out here and they read their book. This is, the board's mine, all the gear is mine, but it's not really my studio, so. There's the bass, acoustics, all my electrics.
Return to the sea.
Those are all my vocals. It's kind of. Then I have real cellos on it. I have everything on this thing. I didn't know when to stop. Well, okay, so everybody wants to know about Taylor. All right, so when I worked with Taylor, she was 15. Anyway, yeah, so she came in, she was on RCA, she was 15. RCA stuck her with 5 different producers. I happened to work with all 5 producers, and we did like 5 songs each, 5, 6, 7 songs each. And every time we finished the group of songs, they all went back to RCA and said, "I'm not interested." It was Taylor Swift. And then like 2 years later, somebody rediscovered those things, brought them over to Borchetta, and that's her first album, part of her first album. And that kind of, she went from this girl who nobody wanted to work with to the biggest thing in music. It was just, I can't believe, I witnessed it. I was front row seats for all that. Anyway, Borchetta came in one day, and I had no idea any of that went on. He goes, "Man, people are loving Taylor." I'm like, "Taylor? Who the hell's Taylor? Taylor who?" He made her into the biggest thing in music, so there you go. You never know.
What's like one of the more enjoyable experiences you've had while filming? Or not filming, while recording?
I translated for you, because you work in film, I work in audio. We translated, yeah. So I worked on a Marty Stewart, I'm not just dropping, this is really a cool session. I worked on a Marty Stewart record back in '98. And it was, we got nominated for a bunch of Grammys and stuff, and it had like Jonny Cash and Emmylou Harris and all George Jones, all these legends were on it. It kind of gave the story of country music throughout the history, and it was this concept record with 23, 27 tracks on it. Anyway, it was coming up on the 20th anniversary, so I started getting 20th anniversary. I started getting all the bonus tracks and started remixing all the stuff that didn't make the record, and I got a call from Marty, and he goes, "Hey, it's almost 20 years. I go, "Yeah, I know. I've already got the bonus tracks ready for you." So we did a reissue for that record, and while we were working on it, he goes, "What have you been working on that you love?" I said, I've done 2 jazz records. I love jazz records, and I made it sound like 1950s, like a Miles Davis record. I used, 3 mics with 3 musicians kind of thing. And Marty said, "That's how they used to record country music here in Nashville, like Studio B and stuff." I go, "Yeah, probably." And he's married to Connie Smith, who's this legendary country artist. She's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. And he goes, "You want to do that on a Connie Smith record?" I go, "Yes." So we did it. They wrote a bunch of songs, and I put 2 mics on the drums, which is unusual because now we use like 20. Everybody was in that room. Guitar amps, drums, stand-up bass. Everybody was in the same room, so everything's leaking. And then the musicians kept playing until Connie got her vocal right, which isn't how we do it now either. We usually, record the music and then spend 4 hours getting a lead vocal. Just one vocal, and then we add backgrounds to it. But she's good enough to where we just recorded until she got her vocal take, and that was the track. And I mixed it, put the drums on the left and the backgrounds. It just mixed it really old-fashioned, and that was just an absolute blast. And I'm working with these, legendary people. Amazing. Vince Gill came in and sang on it, and it was really cool. So that was fun. I felt like I had a big part of it because it was kind of my idea. And then, I think it's going to be her last record because she got sick. So it was like record number 60 for her or something. Have you ever heard of her?
Yeah.
Connie Smith? You
Yeah,
have?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I told you he's very diverse in music.
That says a lot about your parents.
Not his dad, but his mom.
Yeah, I know.
He's pretty much got like Linkin Park.
Right.
Pretty much it.
Right.
That,
and the Creed CD he hides.
Yeah, I'm an old soul with music.
That's
I love
cool. So who are your favorites?
It depends on the genre, but
when you've had a
Oh,
bad
Benny
day?
King is one of my favorite
Really?
artists, like, of all time.
Huh. Cool.
I actually I don't know much about jazz, but I love listening to it. I actually throw it in a lot of my videos.
Yeah.
Jazz, I love it because it's like comedic, and it can be like very comedic and like off-putting if
Yeah,
you're, like
right.
you're making like a futuristic video with these high-tech cameras, and then you're playing jazz in the background.
Ornette Coleman will drive
I
anybody
love
out
it.
of a room. Yeah, I know.
I
know.
love playing jazz in my videos.
Cool.
It's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, because you don't expect it. You expect
Right.
like some like bass banger or something,
Right.
you know, like that, and then you get like this 50s jazz, and it's like,
It's cooler.
yeah,
I'm sorry. It's
yeah.
cooler. That's awesome.
All right, Skinny Gainers. So we are at Brothers Burger Joint in Berry Hill, Tennessee. We're right outside of Nashville still, and there's a burger joint here, and we're gonna try it out, do some one-bite reviews. So here we go. We're starting out with the catfish bites, or catfish fingers, if you will. They look very homemade. Like the breading is very like, it looks authentic. It does not look heavily manufactured. And there's a Cajun dipping sauce. So of course we're gonna do one dip into the Cajun and one dip into the ketchup. So let's get into this one bite review. That's actually really freaking good. All right, let's get into the ketchup. The Cajun sauce is fantastic, as well as the ketchup. They both work. I guess we'll go ahead and put a number on it. This is a high score. It's going to be a high score. We're going to go with the 8.7. 8.7, very good score. Fantastic. I really don't have any complaints. I mean, you're eating a fry behind the camera. I see. They don't see you. I see you.
Sorry if you hear crunching. I just wanted to taste it.
ASMR, I guess. This is the Jump Pack Jack. This looks amazing. So let's break down this burger a little bit. We got these giant brioche buns. We got caramelized onions, bacon, smash patty, some type of sauce on here, and then what type of pepper is that? It's a jalapeno pepper. So let's get into this one bite. This looks fantastic. This is the bite zone right here. Here we go. That's got a kick. I'm gonna need some water.
Jump back.
Mm-hmm. I know why it's called the Jump Pack Jack. It's got a kick. It tastes amazing though, and the burger, smash patty cooked just the way I like them. It's got the crisp around the edge, and then the good tender in the middle. Anyways, as we do with most burgers, we add the fries to the score. Got the home cut fries right here, seasoned with salt. Fantastic. I have a number for this. It's gonna be a 9. Fantastic. This is probably one of the better burgers that I've had on Skinny Games Food Reviews. It's really freaking good. Fantastic. So if you're in town, and you see the Brothers Burger Joint sign, stop by. Fantastic choice. I highly recommend. Now we're gonna finish our food, and I'll see you guys on the rest of the journey. Here we go. What is up, Skinny Gainers? So we are at the Rukkus Room recording studio in...
Wait, you should do it right.
You should always have your camera. You should always have your camera with you because you never know if something exciting is going to happen. Stop filming me, film the city.